We didn't start with a cabin. We started with a dog named Beans, a deck, and a fire that lit something within us.
So we have our first fire started.
Back then, this place was just an idea. A creek to sit beside, a little outdoor kitchen, a micro cabin that taught us more than we expected. We built slowly, board by board, weekend by weekend. From a distance, it looked finished, like we had finally figured it out. But we forgot something. Inside, it felt warm. A comfortable bed, a tiny kitchen, snow falling outside the window while the propane heater quietly did its job. We could cook and sleep. We could stay a little longer each time. We walked the creek with Beans and watched the seasons change. It almost felt complete. Now what we want to do is build a simple bathroom underneath. Once we get the floor in, we're going to be putting the walls up, and the walls are going to tuck up underneath the second floor, so we don't have to do anything special for that. The truth is, you can build a place to sleep. You can build a place to cook. But if you're going to live somewhere, even part-time, there's one practical thing you can't ignore for very long. We had a tiny cabin exactly where we wanted to be. But we wanted to be able to stay longer. With that, we had to be able to stay clean. More or less enough space to kind of get dressed here without having to struggle. It's a minimal design. No marble countertops here. Just 2x4s for the structure with particle board for the floor and walls under the cabin. We put in a hollow core door that installed easily. It was a very basic setup, and we spent less than $250, including the door. Then added exterior panels for the walls facing out. We figured this little room could provide us with exactly what we needed.
Now we get to move to the interior, and it's looking good. Okay, so as you can see, we put 3 sheets of tin on the wall to be the backsplash for the shower. We used our old shower basin that came out of our cargo when we did the remodel on it. We've got the walls painted on the inside here.
Cupcake was the first to try out the new shower and loved it. We had a little closet space, plus room to brush our teeth and change clothes. We only had the basics then. A magnetized rechargeable light we could mount on a metal bracket. A simple composting toilet built to ensure a minimum level of comfort. And a Mr. Buddy propane heater to give us heat on those cold mornings. We initially used our Reliance pump shower, the same one we used in the cargo trailer. The new room downstairs changed the dynamics of the tiny cabin in a very good, clean way. All right, so excuse the mess whenever you come out of the bathroom. I just wanted to show you what it looks like out here. You can see in front of us here, there's the outdoor kitchen. Over here in that area is the micro cabin. Soon we decided we needed to find an easier way to have hot showers. We added a 55-gallon barrel on the deck to collect rainwater. When it rains, that's where the water goes. Simple gutters, gravity, and patience. It gives us an easy way to gather and hold enough water for showers without running lines underground or drilling a well. It's not high tech. It's just paying attention to what's already falling. All right, the next part of the system is our propane. The propane is what's going to heat up the water. So the propane is connected to the EcoTemp via this hose that goes to this point here. This hose right here goes in, that provides the water that comes in here, goes through the system and comes out here, and at this point goes into our shower. I have this situated outside because you don't want to put these inside. It puts out quite a bit of heat, so that's kind of why I put up a little heat shield here. I found that it's not really necessary, but you can't be too careful. So whenever we're ready to take a shower, we'll turn the gas on, we'll turn the water on, we'll turn the Jackery on. So now all I have to do is check my temperature that I want the water to be and the pressure that I want. You flip this switch, you turn on the power, and you're good to go. Inside, everything is small and intentional. When we're done, we shut the power off. Nothing stays running that doesn't need to. We still have the old outdoor shower behind the kitchen. That's where this all started. Cold mornings, quick rinses, sometimes very quick rinses. Learning what was uncomfortable and what was bearable. This new setup didn't replace that lesson. It just refined it. Once we solved the practical things, our view opened up to other possibilities. We stopped thinking about survival projects and started building places to sit, relax. This elevated deck wraps around the cabin on 3 sides. It doesn't do anything complicated. It just gives us a place to stand, to pause, to look out at the trees, the sky, the creek. All right, here's the back of the cabin. You can see we have framed out the window. It took me a little while to do that because we had debated getting a large ladder because I already had an 8-foot ladder, but I couldn't get up there with that ladder to do the work I needed to do. So I could go buy one, and it was about $300 for a 16-foot ladder, or I could spend $300 and build a deck on the back. So that's what we ended up doing because we wanted to do that at some point anyway. And so that allowed me to use my 8-foot ladder to get up and put on the gutters, get our water collection system set up. The back deck is 6 feet by about 16 feet. The side deck is 4 feet by about 20 feet, plus an extra 6 feet of curved space to come around here. Over time, we had the chance to build more than we expected. Neither Cupcake nor I had any kind of significant building experience, but we started off small, figured things out, and kept moving forward as we learned more. It was the little things that made the days feel connected instead of temporary. It wasn't just about building.
What she said.
It was finding our pace and learning to be patient. We paid attention to what was worth solving and what wasn't. So we built this small bathroom and this deck, then added stairs down to the creek.
I finally get to come to the creek.
We didn't build a bathroom so we could say we had one. We built it so we could stay long enough to build everything else. Places to relax, to unwind from the world, to find the quiet evenings that don't feel rushed. Turns out, the small bathroom we built made a big difference. Not because it was impressive, but because it removed the last excuse to leave. And once we stopped leaving early, everything else made sense. It didn't take much, just enough to stay.